What is wrong with the Bears offense? This has been a very hot topic in the city of Chicago the past 3 seasons, and one that has gotten into the mainstream media this season of 2021, with head coach Matt Nagy being under fire for the offense's poor play. Often some blame would go to the Bears' former quarterback Mitch Trubisky, but with him out and new quarterbacks Andy Dalton and rookie Justin Fields in, Nagy is no longer able to hide behind the team's poor offensive decision, play calling, and execution. As of week 9 in the season, the Bears' offense ranks last in the NFL in yards per game at 264, far below the league average of 362. This is not something you ever want to see when your head coach is from an offensive play calling background. This then caused Matt Nagy to give up play calling to his offensive coordinator after week 3, something that also occurred last year during week 11 while Nagy was under the same kind of fire. There are a lot of things you can point out that are causing the Bears' offense to be yielding these numbers. The subject of play calling between Nagy and offensive coordinator Bill Lazor, the personnel decisions, the misuse of analytics, and also the misuse of their rookie starting quarterback are the ones we will be covering. The biggest thing I can identify for the Bears' lack of efficiency on offense is that the offense lacks an identity. They do not know who they want to be. Do they want to be running more plays from 11 personnel or 12 personnel? Do they want to use pre-snap motion on early downs and design rollouts for their mobile quarterback? The Bears will make some decisions that will show success, but not go back to them or rely on them during the game as much as they should be. When discussing personnel in football, it can be defined as this: the number of running backs on the field, followed by the number of tight ends. If there is 1 running back and 1 tight end, the amount of wide receivers would be 3, and the personnel package is labeled 11 personnel. So if there are 2 tight ends in the game, resulting in 2 wide receivers, the personnel package is labeled 12 personnel. 12 personnel is more often called to help with the run game, as with an extra tight end to block, plays can be more successful. However, in recent years, with the resurgence of the Mike Shanahan wide zone offense, most commonly run by the 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, and the Green Bay Packers, 12 personnel is now a passing threat with play action. The Bears have traditionally had more success on early down passes when coming out of 12 personnel the past 3 seasons. In 2019, on first and second downs in 12 personnel, the Bears had a 58% successful play rating, with 8 yards per attempt, but only used this formation 11% of their offensive plays, while using 11 personnel 63% of the time, with lower success rate and yards per attempt. Over the next 2 seasons, Nagy has increased his rate of 12 personnel while yielding similar results. This season, the Bears' offense is successful on 60% of their 12 personnel plays compared to 11 personnel's 44% rate, with considerable margins in their yards per attempt and passer rating. With this data, you would assume the Bears' offense would utilize the 12 personnel packages more, since with 2 tight ends, you can play off the play action pass more, where the Bears find success in and allow for more 6-man protection, since sacks have been a problem for the Bears' O-line this year. Here in week 3 against the Packers, the Bears' first pass came on a 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. The Bears are in 12 personnel, with tight ends Cole Kmet and Jimmy Graham lined up on the right. They call play-action rollout to the right with Allen Robinson running a crossing route and Cole Kmet running an outside drag route. As the play begins, you can see from the heavier personnel package, the linebackers commit to the run more heavily than they would have with a lighter personnel package. It also helps that the Bears had 2 successful run plays before this play, which is key to the play-action game of football. With the Packers in zone defense and the linebackers out of position, Fields running out of the pocket and finding Kmet for a 15-yard gain is the rhythm you want on an offense for their first drive. What confuses me so much about this game is that after the Bears' first drive, which was a 9-play, 80-yard drive resulting in a touchdown, consisting of almost all 12 or 13 personnel packages with great success, the Bears' offense completely abandoned the 12 personnel packages. For the next 4 drives, which were all in a 1-score game, the Bears ran 26 plays, with 21 coming from 11 personnel, 4 coming from 12 personnel, and 1 coming from 13 personnel. None of these drives the Bears were able to score on. Now, I understand that you cannot use 12 personnel for majority of your plays due to the defense then stacking the box and playing to counter such packages, but the complete abandonment from what worked so well on the first drive is one to be concerned with. This is what I mean when I say the Bears lack an identity on offense. Another key problem in the Bears offense is use of play action, which the Bears rank 25th in the league in usage. This involves the personnel being used as well as the play design of the play action. Last season, the Bears continually would design short passes off of early down play action. Short passes defeats the purpose of a play action which holds up or even pulls the linebackers and the secondary out of position to open up deeper passes. Last year, Nick Foles had far more success on play action where the pass had air yardage more than 5 yards out. This is the same for Justin Fields this year, with the usage of under 5 air yards and over 5 air yards are practically the same, with marginally different outcomes in yards per attempt, expected points per attempt, and the play success rate. Another key point is Justin Fields' stats when running play action out of 11 personnel and 12 personnel. When running out of 11 personnel, which the Bears have Justin do more often, he averages 5.7 yards per attempt, a negative EPA rating, and a passer rating of 74. While running play action out of 12 personnel, his yards per attempt increases by 7, he has a positive EPA, and a passer rating above 118. You can gain more success on play action from 12 personnel, since the defense will often be expecting a run play, and the offense can capitalize on this well-timed play action pass. These are crucial stats that the Bears' offensive play callers do have on hand and can utilize more to attempt an increase in their efficiency on offense. Something that can also increase the Bears' offense efficiency is their usage of pre-snap motion. Pre-snap motion is defined when a player motions behind the line of scrimmage pre-snap and has become an ever-increasing device in today's modern offense to undress the defense in more ways than one. The Bears ranked 23rd in pre-snap motion last year, which shows they were clearly not taking advantage of devices used in the modern offense. Who ranked at the top in pre-snap motion last year? The Packers, Rams, Ravens, Browns, and Chiefs, all playoff teams who have some of the best offenses in the league. So how does pre-snap motion help an offense? When it comes to a run play, pre-snap motion can help get linebackers out of position or hold them in a position and give enough time for the offensive linemen to get to their blocking assignments. Take this 49ers example from Week 4. The Niners come out in 21 personnel and have a receiver, Juwan Jennings, come in motion between the quarterback and fullback. During this motion, the Seahawks defense motions slightly to the right and also safety Ugo Amadi out of the box. With Jennings motioning to the right of the defense, the Niners' run design is now a wide zone to the defense's left. The wide zone offense designed by Mike Shanahan has become a staple in a lot of NFL offenses. The Niners' head coach, Kyle Shanahan, who is Mike's son, is the leader in usage of the wide zone in the league. In a wide zone run, the offensive lineman takes a sidestep and often double teams a defensive lineman, and whichever direction the play is run, the offensive lineman on the back of the run must secure the block and allow the forward lineman to move up to the second level. The running back's role is to make a decision and cut to where the offensive lineman has the best leverage. There are 3 cuts and reads a running back can make beginning from the outside working in: bounce, bang, and bend. While receiving the ball, the running back can see the bounce as an opportunity, but the right guard who pulled doesn't have great control on the outside leverage if he chooses to go outside, as well as safety Jamal Adams meeting him in the open field. The bang is also clogged with defenders due to the commitment to the left the defense is having and them being out of position. The running back chooses to make a bend cut since the hole he has is large and will result in a substantial run, which results in 8 yards. The pre-snap motion on this run play was great use of getting the defense moving in different directions pre-snap than the run design was meant for, allowing for overcommitment and a big gap for the running back to go through. Aside from the run game, pre-snap motion is also quite effective in the pass game, as it can allow the quarterback to decipher what pass coverage the defense is in pre-snap, allowing him to potentially audible or know which receiver will be best open and when they will be open during their routes. Here with the Chiefs, who were second in the league in pre-snap motion on pass plays in 2020, Mahomes has running back Darrell Williams motion out of the backfield and out toward the edge near the sideline. Washington's linebacker follows Williams all the way to the edge, which tells Mahomes that Washington is in man coverage. Knowing his receiver's routes, he now knows that his receiver Tyreek Hill, who is among the best and fastest receivers in the league, will be able to beat his man-to-man defender on the in route. On this play, Washington runs a cover 1 robber, with the safety coming into the lower middle of the field, potentially breaking up his throw to Hill. So Mahomes looks to his read on the right running a comeback route. Seeing that well covered 2, he knows that with this amount of time in man coverage, Hill would have beat his man-to-man inside and gotten deep enough on his in route to be past the robber in the middle of the field. Mahomes is able to make an easy throw into the weak spot of the defensive coverage and secure a first down. Something that has become widely known in the media's criticism of Nagy is his inability to use Justin Fields to his strengths, which is his legs. Fields is a great mobile quarterback, and with a banged-up offensive line, the offense should be dialing up more plays to move the pocket for Fields, whether that is design quarterback runs or design rollout plays to get Fields into the open field away from the defense. Justin currently leads the league in sacks taken at 26, one stat the Bears do not want to be leading the league in. Through his first 5 starts, Fields has dropped back 189 times, with 132 of them being in the pocket. His completion percentage is 63.6% with a passer rating of 75.8. But when he plays with a design rollout to get out of the pocket, his completion percentage increases to 71.4%, and his pass rating is over 128. By getting Fields out of the pocket, you give him increased chances to find a receiver in an open zone, or have Fields resort to using his legs and run the ball. It seems that in Week 8 against the Niners, the Bears finally started to use Fields in this sense, with him going for a perfect 4-for-4 for 40 yards and a touchdown on designed rollout plays, as well as scrambling out from designed rollout plays on 8 attempts for 89 yards. These numbers are nothing to joke at, and Bill Lazor and Matt Nagy must reconcile and gather that this is a viable option to run in the offense. As the season progresses, we will see how the Bears offense tries to increase its overall efficiency and get itself out of the hole it has dug. Will the Bears begin to use pre-snap motion more often and utilize their more effective personnel packages and play designs? The Bears have had success with the wide zone run this season, with Montgomery and Herbert leading the backfield. If they can capitalize on that and use play action more often with 12 personnel in the early downs, the Bears will show signs of improvement. This is a learning year for Fields, so the Bears coaching staff must give its best effort to Fields and the opportunity to succeed on offense. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My next video will be going over Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury's air raid offense, and I hope to have that analysis out later this week.